In the most remote places, the cold is not simply the weather. It is an invisible entity controlling every breath, every action. This is where isolation meets courage. It is not a place to hide, but a battlefield to conquer nature. Amidst the absolute stillness of the ancient icebergs and the majestic mountain vistas, one finds the true ultimate beauty of nature. Between the small, colorful villages or the familiar roofs that people have tried to build to withstand the wrath of the blizzard. Today, join us as we step into the unthinkable world and explore the meaning of resilience in the harshest natural wonders in the heart of eternal winter. Established by the Soviet Union in 1957, an isolated outpost located near the pole of inaccessibility of the Antarctic continent. It is famous not only for its isolation, but also for holding the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth. Lying 3,700 meters below the ice sheet is one of the world's largest and most mysterious underground lakes. Vostok is not inhabited in the traditional sense, but is temporarily home to a small international scientific community. At an altitude of nearly 3,500 meters, the oxygen concentration in the air drops sharply, causing respiratory problems for researchers. Near zero humidity, combined with strong winds and freezing air, increases the risk of dehydration and frostbite. For decades, Vostok was only accessible by rare supply flights during the Antarctic summer. It is known as the coldest place on Earth permanently inhabited. Temperatures are regularly below -40 degrees Celsius and can drop to -60 degrees Celsius as permafrost covers the entire area. Geography here. Mainly taiga forests, tundra and mountain ranges. It covers about 1/5 of Russia's area. The people here are Saka Turkic tribes who migrated from the Lake Baikal area northwards, starting around the 13th–14th centuries. In the 20th century, Yakutia became a huge center of resource exploitation, especially diamond and gold mining. Yakutia is more than just a land. It is a test of human endurance and adaptability to harsh nature. Just hearing the name makes me feel cold to the bone. It is a place where nature challenges the limits of human endurance. Dubbed the coldest permanently inhabited village on the planet, this natural wonders title is undisputed. Winters here are long, cold, and seemingly endless, as a layer of permafrost hundreds of meters deep covers the ground. The population here is only about 500 people. Most of them Evenk and Yakut, two indigenous peoples who have adapted over centuries. Oymyakon was originally a stopover for Evenk reindeer herders who needed to take their herds to hot springs for drinking water. The village's history is tied to the Kolyma Road, also known as the Road of Bones, built under Stalin by forced labor prisoners. The biggest difference with Greenland's permafrost is that Winnipeg is a large metropolis, but not immune to extreme cold. Famous as one of the coldest state capitals in the world, with winter temperatures dropping as low as -20 degrees Celsius and -50 degrees Celsius. The city grew up at the strategic confluence of the Red and Assiniboine rivers, a site known as the Forks. This area has been a center of indigenous trade and gathering for over 6,000 years, long before Europeans arrived. Winnipeg has one of Canada's largest urban Métis First Nations and Inuit communities. Their culture and language are an integral part of the city, evident in the Forks and major cultural centers. Known as the icebox of the nation, it regularly records some of the coldest temperatures in the continental United States. Fraser was originally known as Eastham in 1871, later renamed Fraser after Reuben Fraser. Its history is tied to the arrival of the railway in 1905, which helped it become a hub for the Middle Park Valley region. Proximity to Berthoud Pass and Winter Park Ski Resort has fueled Fraser's growth as a town that supports outdoor recreation. Life revolves around year-round activities such as cross-country skiing, mountain biking, hiking, fishing, and camping. This is the ideal place for nature and adventure lovers. deep. In the vast territory of Yakutia, a place where nature is not only harsh, but also revealing its own secrets. This is a majestic sight, a giant geological natural wonders on the ground, often called Batagay Hole, or the door to hell. Batagay's story begins long ago, when the land was home to giant Ice Age animals. The permafrost here has kept organic matter and fossils sealed for tens, even hundreds of thousands of years. The removal of vegetation has exposed the frozen soil to direct sunlight and summer heat. It is the capital of the Sakha Republic located in the cold Siberian region. The average winter temperature in Yakutsk regularly hovers around -40 degrees Celsius, with a record low of -64.4 degrees Celsius. Winters are long, days are short, and the city is often shrouded in a blanket of white fog. Famous for permafrost, the element that shapes everything in Yakutsk, the ground freezes hundreds of meters deep. To cope, most large buildings are built on large pillars to prevent heat from melting the ice and causing the foundation to sink. Founded in 1632 by Russian Cossacks, it was originally a fort on the Lena River to collect fur taxes from the native population. This place is not just a small dot on the map, but also a legendary story of harshness and records. Not famous for its majestic mountains or splendid coastlines, but for a cold title that has gone down in history. On February 3, 1947, Snag became the center of global attention when meteorologists recorded an astonishing minus 63 degrees Celsius. The story of Snag begins in the 1940s, when it was established as a wartime airfield on the Northwest staging route. The air was so cold that people's breath froze and fell to the ground like pieces of crystal. Today, this meteorological facility has been abandoned, leaving only a few ruins, but the memory of the historic cold spell remains. Located on the Fosheim Peninsula of Ellesmere Island in Nunavut, Canada. Its location is almost exactly at 80 degrees north latitude, making it one of the most remote permanent research communities in the world. The name Eureka is Greek for "I have found it," a sarcastic reference to its remoteness and harsh conditions. This is an extreme desert region with very low rainfall and extremely cold average annual temperatures of about minus 18.1 degrees Celsius. Established on April 11, 1947, as part of a joint program between Canada and the United States to establish a weather station. Eureka has no permanent civilian population and a regular staff of only about 8 to 10 people to operate the research station. A name that echoes cold and isolation deep within the Russian Arctic Circle. This is where nature remains at its wildest, most harsh, where your breath instantly turns into icy mist. Established in the 1930s as part of the Soviet Union's efforts to develop the Northern Sea Route. It quickly became an important transport, meteorological, and scientific center. During the Cold War, it was an important military and air base, serving as a Soviet outpost in the Arctic. From above, Tiksi appears as a tiny dot, lost in the vastness and near endlessness of the Siberian tundra and the cold Arctic Ocean. Located on the south coast of Cornwallis Island, in the Canadian Arctic archipelago, it is the northernmost inhabited community. The Inuit call this place Kausuituk, which means to refer to the long winter months when the sun does not rise. In contrast, in the summer, this place experiences a period called the place of no twilight, with 24 hours of light. The area was inhabited sporadically by pre-Dorset and Thule cultures from thousands of years BC. Famous for its heartbreaking story that begins in the 1950s during the Cold War. The Canadian government has decided to relocate some Inuit families from Nunavut and Pond Inlet to Resolute. Like other northernmost lands, it experiences polar night for months in winter and midnight sun for months in summer. The name Alert comes from the HMS Alert, which wintered near the area in 1875-1876 during the Arctic expedition. Its strategic and scientific importance cemented its place on the world map. Canadian Armed Forces Base is a major base that serves as a signals intelligence collection station and supports other operations. Its role was important during the Cold War monitoring activities from the Arctic. Due to the inclement weather, the culture at Alert is largely shaped by people who rotate through service for 6 months or less. Located north of the Arctic Circle, it is the largest industrial city in the world, with more than 100,000 inhabitants at this latitude. With very low average annual temperatures, winter is long and experiences polar night and polar day. The city was founded in 1935 as a notorious Gulag labor camp under Stalin. The current population of about 175,000 people fell sharply after the collapse of the Soviet Union, but has since remained stable. Despite harsh living conditions, Norilsk still attracts many migrants from other parts of Russia due to higher wages. A tiny port city on the remote East Siberian coast, a symbol of survival and growth. Here, tucked away in the Chukotka Autonomous Region, is a world enveloped by the eternal cold of the Arctic Ocean. Pevek's story begins as an outpost in the Soviet conquest of the Arctic. Founded in the 1930s for the purpose of resource exploitation and serving as an important stop on the Northern Sea Route. Today, the population typically hovers around 4,000 to 5,000 people, a modest figure that reflects harsh living conditions. Today, it is a lesson in human adaptability to harsh environments and a testament to the growing role of the polar circle in global energy. is a coal mining city located north of the Arctic Circle in the Komi Republic, Russia. It is the third largest city north of the Arctic Circle in the world and the easternmost city in Europe. Significant growth of the city and the coal mining industry only really began during World War II. It has a subarctic climate with long, cold, snowy winters and short, cool summers. The coldest temperature ever recorded for a European city is minus 52 degrees Celsius. A name that echoes the snow and ice, a community born from human strategy and perseverance. Located just 200 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle, this is a place where nature defies all definitions of life. The town was purposefully designed and built to replace Aklavik, an older community that was sinking due to erosion and melting ice. The name Inuvik means place of the people in the Inuvialuktun language, and it is indeed a way for people to adapt to the far north. The population here is a diverse mix, primarily Gwich'in, Inuvialuit, and non-indigenous people. It is a symbol of the resilience and richness of Canadian Aboriginal culture. Not a tourist town or traditional residence. It is primarily a large oil industrial area located on the Arctic coast of Alaska. The climate here is extremely harsh, with long, cold, dark winters and short summers with never-setting sun. The story of Prudhoe Bay is tied to the discovery and exploitation of oil, which dramatically changed Alaska's economy. Oil was first discovered in 1968 by Atlantic Richfield Company and Humble Oil. The population of Prudhoe Bay is almost entirely workers, although they live in dormitories during working hours. The culture here is primarily an industrial culture focused on work safety and performance. This is the capital of Mongolia, a city nestled in the Tool River Valley surrounded by sacred mountains. Here, the chaos of a modern metropolis collides with millennia-old nomadic traditions. Known as the coldest capital in the world, the average temperature often reaches minus 30 degrees Celsius, and sometimes even lower. It is this climate that has shaped the resilience and lifestyle of the people here. The story of Ulaanbaatar is one of displacement, a living testament to Mongolia's nomadic nature. It was originally founded in 1639 as Urga, and for nearly 2 centuries it was a mobile monastery city. It is known as one of the best places in the world to see the northern lights just below the aurora borealis, and with clear skies. The city was named after the Yellowknives, a Dene Aboriginal group that lived in the area. They were so called because they used copper to make knives and tools instead of stone like other tribes. The population here is about 20,000 people, including people from southern Canada who migrated to work in the industries. Life revolves around outdoor activities like skiing, ice fishing, snowmobiling, and of course, hunting for the aurora borealis. This is a place inhabited by strong people, where you can experience the natural wonders of the Arctic wilderness. It lies some 320 miles above the Arctic Circle, exposing it to extremely harsh conditions. From about mid-November to late January, the sun does not rise above the horizon, resulting in nearly 65 days of darkness. In contrast, from about May to August, the sun does not set shining continuously for nearly 80 days. It is inhabited primarily by the Inupiat people, a group of Inuit native to Alaska. Life revolved around hunting and survival activities that have been passed down for thousands of years. This is a vivid picture of human resilience in the face of one of the harshest environments on Earth. It is the only city in the world located directly above the Arctic Circle. It's not just a place, but an almost mystical experience covered in snow and ice for much of the year. The climate here is extremely continental, with long, bitterly cold winters and short, cool summers. The settlement was founded in 1595 as Obdorsk Fortress by Russian Cossacks to consolidate Russian power in Siberia. Salekhard's population of about 51,000 reflects the ethnic and cultural diversity of the Russian Arctic. Nenets culture is famous for its nomadic reindeer herding, a tradition that has existed for thousands of years. As a settlement located at the end of a 190-kilometer-long fjord, it is geographically one of the most unique places in Greenland. Unlike most other coastal settlements, Kangerlussuaq is located inland, making it easier to access by sea. During the Cold War, it was an important United States Air Force base until 1992, when it was returned to the government. The permanent population is very small. Most of the residents are airport workers, tourism employees, and scientists. The culture here focuses on logistics, services, and tourism. Everything revolves around operating the airport and serving tourists. This is not the place to experience traditional Inuit culture. It is the essential gateway connecting Greenland to the world. The capital of Russia's remote Chukotka Autonomous Region, this city is a testament to resilience in the face of harsh nature. Nestled on the banks of the Anadyr River, right next to the frigid Bering Sea, this is where life has learned to adapt to wind, ice, and snow. Founded in 1889 as Novomariinsk, as an administrative station and commercial hub. During the Soviet period, Anadyr developed rapidly, becoming an important military base and administrative center. The name Anadyr was officially given in 1923, taken from the name of the major river in the area. Located at 78 degrees north latitude, where the phenomenon of polar night lasts from late October to January. Today, Longyearbyen has transformed from a coal mining town to a research center that attracts tourists to see the northern lights. The most famous story about Longyearbyen is the burial ban. Due to the extremely cold temperature, the body of a deceased person cannot decompose when buried, but is frozen and preserved. Although the population is only about 2,500 people, this is a community with residents from nearly 50 different countries. Today, a focus on Arctic scientific research and adventure ecotourism shapes the working and living culture here. The capital of Heilongjiang Province in northeastern China is a city of stark contrasts. Originally a small fishing village, later due to the appearance of the Russian-built Eastern Railway. The climate here is extreme, with winter temperatures that can drop below -30 degrees Celsius. Famous for its international ice and snow festival. This is the soul of the city, attracting millions of visitors every year. Here, ice and snow are not just materials, but also raw materials to create castles and giant sculptures that are brightly illuminated. This is not a wild, unexplored land like Greenland, but it is a world where extreme nature has forced humans to get creative. Located on the banks of the Yukon River, it offers a vibrant outdoor atmosphere and a gateway to Canada's wild north. The name Whitehorse comes from the Whitehorse Rapids on the Yukon River. This rapid is said to resemble the mane of a galloping white horse after the construction of the hydroelectric dam. This rapid is no more. Whitehorse's population is quite small, but the city is home to more than 70% of the residents of the entire Yukon Territory. The culture here revolves around the outdoors, with a great trail system for hiking, mountain biking, and cross-country skiing. Whitehorse is a unique blend of Gold Rush heritage, a vibrant modern community, and unparalleled natural wonders. Surrounded by the hills and mountains of the Komi Mountains, it creates a majestic yet extremely isolated setting. a harsh city located in the Russian Far East on the shores of Nagaev Bay of the Sea of Okhotsk. The name evokes the coldness of the Arctic. Founded in 1939 as the Administrative and Logistics Center for Dalstroy, an organization established to mine gold and minerals. For decades, Magadan was the main transit point for hundreds of thousands of political and criminal prisoners sent to Kolyma. Stories of starvation, extreme cold, and forced labor in the gold and tin mines are ingrained in the city's history and soul. It stands there cold, but full of stories, as a never-fading reminder of what happened on this frozen land. Located in Lapland, Kiruna is famous for its snowy landscape and is one of the best places in Sweden to see the Northern Lights. However, what makes Kiruna truly a modern icon is the tension between history economics and urban survival. Kiruna was founded on iron ore mining in the early 20th century. Mining is a huge economic resource, the lifeblood of the town, and the livelihood of most of its residents. Kiruna culture is a unique blend of modern industrial life and traditional Arctic identity. Life here is strongly influenced by the Arctic climate, with cold winters and natural phenomena such as the midnight sun and polar night. It is a magical realm where the existence of legends is confirmed by geographical coordinates. Located right on the mystical Arctic Circle, this place welcomes visitors with a blanket of white snow for almost half the year. From space, Rovaniemi may not seem like a massive icy island, but it is the heart of a wild and magical land. This is where the aurora borealis meets the warmth of the eternal Christmas spirit. Those who come to Rovaniemi will feel an almost mystical joy, as if they have just stepped into a world where imagination is preserved. The city's location is spectacular, nestled between fjords, snow-capped mountains, and the sea, offering urban life and wildlife. Famous worldwide as one of the best places to see the northern lights in winter. The area has been inhabited for thousands of years, including by the indigenous Sami people, who were officially established in 1794. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, Tromsø became an important base for Arctic exploration. Great explorers like Roald Amundsen used this city as a starting point for their journeys, and it was nicknamed the Gateway to the Arctic. It is a place with the perfect combination of unspoiled nature, history of exploration, vibrant culture, and the warmth of the Norwegian people. A land of contrasts and a story of human resilience in the face of harsh nature. Similar to Greenland, being an icy world, Murmansk is also a kingdom of ice and snow for most of the year, but with a unique magic. It was founded in 1916 as Romanov on Murman, becoming the last city to be founded in the Russian Empire. Murmansk's population of about 270,000, although down from its Soviet peak, is still the largest city in the world north of the Arctic Circle. The culture here is a blend of seafaring resilience and Arctic spirit. Life is shaped by the sea, and fishing remains the mainstay of the economy. It is where humans have tamed one of the harshest lands, where eternal cold goes hand in hand with the warmth of an ocean current. The name Sapporo comes from the Ainu language meaning a large river flowing through the plains. Before the Japanese settled from Honshu, the area was sparsely inhabited by Ainu communities. What is unique is that Sapporo was planned with the help of Western experts, especially American experts. The result is a city built on the North American grid with wide, straight roads and a system of green parks. Sapporo culture is a harmonious blend of the pioneering spirit of the pioneering period and Western influences in planning. It is often rated as one of the most livable cities in Japan, thanks to its perfect blend of urban amenities and pristine natural environment. Located in the vast, sparsely populated Thule region, it is one of the world's northernmost permanent settlements. Qaanaaq is more than just a dot on the map. It is a symbol of resilience, where the story of Inuit survival, the area is the traditional homeland of the Inuit, the northernmost Inuit group also known as the Thule Eskimos. They are skilled hunters, relying entirely on the sea ice to hunt seals, walruses, and narwhal from traditional kayaks or dog sleds. Kanak's small population is mostly of Inuit descent, and they are considered one of the most traditional hunter-gatherer communities in Greenland. Located near the Nadim River, just a few dozen kilometers south of the Arctic Circle, it has an extremely cold and harsh climate. The city is located on a vast area of swamps and tundra with a layer of permafrost underground. The name Nadim comes from the native Nenets language, and the area has been inhabited by the Nenets for centuries. The modern city was founded in the 1970s as a labor camp and base station for exploiting huge natural gas deposits. Although it is an industrial city, the people generally have a strong sense of community and a spirit of resilience in the face of harsh living conditions. Located on the banks of the Anabar River and the administrative center of the Ulus Anabarsky Dolgano Evenki state in northern Yakutia. Like the permafrost that covers Greenland, Saskilak also lies on deep permafrost, where the ground has been permanently frozen for millennia. Winters are long and brutal, with temperatures regularly dropping below -40 degrees Celsius and can reach -50 degrees Celsius or lower. The surrounding area is covered by tundra, an ecological zone devoid of large trees due to low temperatures and permafrost. Instead, it is low vegetation of mosses, lichens, and small shrubs, providing food for wildlife such as reindeer and Arctic foxes. Famous for its breathtaking Rocky Mountains, including 2 world-famous national parks, Banff National Park and Jasper National Park. It is home to stunning turquoise lakes such as Lake Louise and Maligne Lake, along with hot springs and wildlife. Thousands of years before Europeans arrived, this land was home to many indigenous peoples, most notably the Blackfoot communities. Their legacy remains strong in Alberta's culture and place names. Alberta culture is a unique blend of traditional Wild West spirit and the diversity of modern immigrant communities. Pioneer-era values of self-reliance, hard work, and a connection to the land remain an important part of Albertan identity. Established in the 1970s as a support base for the massive Prudhoe Bay oil field, the largest in North America. There were no indigenous peoples here before. It was entirely a product of the oil boom. The name Dead Horse sounds tragic, but its origins remain a mystery, perhaps stemming from an old wagon fleet or an early business. However, the name has come to symbolize the harshness, coldness, and neglect of this land. Located between the Chukotka Sea and the East Siberian Sea, it is a jewel in Russia's Arctic. With its unique geographical location, it is one of Russia's most strictly protected nature reserves. The most famous story about Wrangell is that it was the last place on Earth where woolly mammoths still lived. It is named after the Russian-German explorer Baron Ferdinand von Wrangel, who theorized its existence in 1820. The island is virtually uninhabited. Historical settlements such as Ushakovskoye were eliminated in the 1990s, and the population was relocated. The name echoes across the vast steppes, not just a small dot on the Russian map, but also the unofficial capital of Siberia. Situated along the mighty Ob River, the city is a living testament to strength and resilience, where the harsh cold of the north its birth is closely associated with the construction of the Trans-Siberian Railway at the end of the 19th century. This was the time when the city was founded initially as a site for the construction of a railway bridge over the Ob River. Like a mushroom sprouting overnight, the small settlement called Novonikolaevsk quickly grew in size due to its strategic location. It is often described as the Dubai of Central Asia, or the most exotic capital on the planet, because of its ultra-modern architecture. Located at the important intersection of railways and waterways, the city became the largest commercial gateway in Siberia. Novosibirsk is often referred to as the Chicago of Siberia because of its rapid growth and transport importance. Like most other large cities in Russia, the majority of the population is Russian. They are known for their resilience, practicality, and openness, a quality forged by long and harsh winters.